Now it's time to invite Dr. P. Muthuvel, the Project Director of Chandrayaan 3, ISRO, Government of India, to deliver his acceptance.
Respected Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor, Chief Guest of today's event, Guest of Honor, Directors, Deputy Directors, and HOD, Vice Chancellor, and teaching faculty and non-teaching faculty, and most importantly, dear graduates, good morning to all of you. Good afternoon to all of you. So, most of you would have already pumped with a lot of advice, but firstly, I would like to thank the management and the Board of Committee for honoring me with this honorary degree, Doctor of Science. And I also thank Dr. Manohar for inviting me to be part of this 15th Convocation. So, instead of giving an advice, I just wanted to share of my journey in Chandrayaan. So, as you know, the Chandrayaan 1 was launched in 2008, which detected the water molecules, which also created a thirst of going to the moon. So now every agency is planning to go to moon for two reasons. One is to explore the in situ resource utilization. Second one is to understand the science from the moon of our galaxies. See, as we also had a very good mission in Chandrayaan 1, but Chandrayaan 2, we had two distinct objectives. One was to orbit around the moon. Second one was a landing onto the moon. As you all know, that orbiter was very largely successful, even though the mission life was 1 year, but now it is more than 4 years over, it's still orbiting around the moon, and it is giving a plethora of science data about the moon. Whereas the second objective, we could not land successfully. Hence, Chandrayaan 3 was approved, and we made it perfect landing in the last year, August 23rd, as you all know. But as you all know, only the success story of it. But there were a lot of pains and failures before achieving this mission. As Sir was telling, we had many stories of the failures, which only resulted in the success. So the failure is bound to happen. We need to learn from the mistakes and continuously work on it and come up with the corrective action. That is most important thing. So one of the important thing is be resilient. This is one of the important quality everyone has to cultivate. The second one is achieving this kind of a scale is a very important large team effort. So for which now you are coming out of the college, you are going to step into the industry where you need to work as a team. Individually you will be very largely successful, but organization demands a product outcome which requires a multidisciplinary nature. You may be a propulsion engineer, you may be a the electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, but all the disciplines are required to come up with the optimized product. So for which the team work plays a very important role. So in Chandrayaan 3 also we have many systems in the spacecraft. Like we have a structures, thermal system, control system, navigation, guidance, control. There are many systems. So when you put together in a system, there is a lot of interrelationship and there is a lot of problems can surface in. So we need to see that to meet the objective what is required for the system. Maybe a particular subsystem will be very optimal in nature, but when you put into a system it may not be very optimal. But what is required for the product we need to deliver. And the third important thing what we have done is the test. Say to get a confidence in the landing, the fundamental difference between the earth and moon. In earth we are all protected because of our atmosphere. Our temperatures are very benign, irrespective of day or night, we are having something like 20 degrees centigrade. Whereas in the moon, whenever the sun is there, it goes to very high temperature of 150 degrees centigrade. When sun is not there, it goes to very low temperature of minus 150 degrees centigrade. So under this condition, the system has to work. Second is the gravitational difference. Here we are having 9.81 meter per second square. In moon, it is 1/6 of Earth's gravitational force. So how do we make the system work? And the third important thing is, as I told, there is no atmosphere. There is a lot of radiation effect. We are all protected because of our atmosphere. So under this environment, the system has to work. So we need to create an environment in Earth to simulate all these systems. So for which we devised 3 tests. One is characterizing the sensors, for which we did a lot of tests in the Chitradurga, where we flew all these sensors and we created artificial craters and boulders near to the Chitradurga area. simulated the environment, terrain environment, and did series of tests. During the test, we had every single day we had a problem, but we learned from the mistake, and that became a very big lesson when we go for the second and third problem. And the second important test we did, having characterized the sensors, we have to put the navigation, guidance and control propulsion system in closed loop, for which we did a test in Sriharikota. There again we got lot of issues while conducting a test. So we have come up with learning from the mistake, and we have come up with the solution. And the third important test is, at the time of landing, how we have got 2 legs. The lander also has got 4 legs. And we need to assess the strength as well as the stability. At the time of landing, it should not topple, the module should not topple, for which we created a lunar soil simulant test bed, which creates a kind of an unorthosis property which is equivalent to moon surface. So we brought this rock and pulverized into various grades and did a series of tests simulating a different touchdown conditions, simulating the vertical velocity, horizontal velocity, and with the slopey terrain, flat terrain. We do not know how the surface is going to be in the moon. So creating all the environment, and we did series of tests. This all resulted in the safe and soft landing. And the third most important thing is strive for excellence. Finally, the achieved goal, if you want to achieve a significant achievement, you need to strive for excellence. This is something is very important. And the last and most important thing is due diligence. Whatever the work you have taken up, whether it is a small or big, give your 100% to it. And I'm sure that you will be proud of yourself one day, and you will make your parents proud, make your teachers proud, and make your college proud. And my hearty congratulations to one and all, and wish you all the best. Thank you so much.